Grand rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people. It's your girl, Straight No Chaser with the Queen, here at the throne. So, y'all come on in here. Again, I want to just show my appreciation, and I know y'all see the title, so come on in here. Come in here. I'm setting up my Instagram for my Instagram followers, and we're going to talk about how these people get to do as they do, and we get to be accused and we get punished, but yet they continue to just get away with murder. So, Grand Rising, beautiful, melanated, original. Hi, LeVar. How are you? How are you today? I'm setting up my Instagram. I don't know what is going on with it. I just was setting up the live, had everything set up. So as I'm setting up my Instagram, y'all come in here and let me pull up something for you. We're going to talk about Cal Rittenhouse. Hi, Kathy, Grand Rising Queen. And thank you for your donation, Kathy, for the nation. Keisha, greetings. How are you? Thank you. We're going to come in here. I'm trying to set up my Instagram. I had it set up, but I started having technical problems. Now it's there. So we got Kyle Rittenhouse, and we have Jacob Anthony Chansley, called Jake. I think he goes by Jake Angeli or Angel. So basically, I want y'all to understand what is going on with these two white men. And I'm gonna say white men because if you look at my thumbnail, yes, thank you, Kathy. Your support, you are so supportive. If you look at my thumbnail, you're gonna see that they always have themselves looking like they're innocent little young children. But if you compare what's going on with these two, they are being treated like children. They're being treated like children. Hold on. Now, I don't know if y'all can see that. And like I said, I'm setting up my Instagram. So remember, this is the thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Grand Rising, everyone that's coming in to use to thank you all for your support. And a moment. Again, I just want to show my appreciation. Give me one moment while I'm setting up my Instagram. And like I said, Kyle Rittenhouse and Jacob Anthony Chansley, Jacob Chansley, he's the one that stormed the Capitol. He was wearing the ridiculous. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. That was a picture of Kyle. So I'm gonna show you Mr. Viking. I call him the Viking. That's Jacob Chansley. Now Jacob is so it let me make sure I got the right picture. Let me see. Let me make sure. Hold on. That's not the right picture. Jacob, he wants special treatment because he's in prison or he's in jail and he doesn't eat organic food and he needs other stuff, you know. So, like I said, just bear with me. I'm gonna bring up his picture while I set up Mr. Kyle's picture. There he is. Do y'all see him? That is Mr. Jacob Anthony Chansley. He goes by his handle name Jake Angel. He basically helped storm the Capitol. The famous picture looked like the Simpsons character. So as he's been sitting in jail, He's complaining about the jailhouse food. You know, the shit that they, excuse me, that they feed me and you all the time. He's concerned about the jailhouse food. So he wants special treatment. One moment, y'all. I am on Instagram, Grand Rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people. We're here at the throne. Again, everybody that's coming into YouTube and in Instagram. So let me start over. Thank you for your $10 donation. I didn't see that. Is that LeVar? LeVar, thank you for your donations. It's not, I didn't see that. Oh, here it is. Thank you for your donations, all your donations. Thank you for us building this nation. Thank you for coming in, melanated to the bone on Instagram. Melody's list. The Jane Gon Slay, Gon Slay girl, on Instagram, and everyone that's coming in. I'm talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. Now, y'all on Instagram, I can't share photos right now, so I'm sharing the photos on YouTube. YouTube, I'm showing Mr. Jake Anthony Chansley, and he goes by Jake Angeli. He is the B1, Private Bentley B1. He is the guy with the famous horns that he ran and stormed the Capitol. So he's the famous one that stormed the Capitol. So Jacob Anthony Chansley, let me go to the story. I just made a snippet of the story. And he is complaining, and I want y'all to see, I was waiting for everybody to get in here. I want y'all to absorb the white privilege that's going on. Now, these are like in every place and all over, Black people are suffering. And they tell you it's our fault that we're poor, but it just happens to be every place all over Black people are suffering, right? And hey, so every place all over, white people give other white people a chance, no matter the heinous crimes that they do. So Jacob Chansley was just transferred to the Alexandra Detention Center. Now, that name Alexandra should sound familiar to you, because after Alexandra the Great conquered and, well, destroyed African libraries and renamed the African libraries the Great Library of Alexander in Africa that they burned down. They love that name. So that lets you know the name of detention center. They call it detention center. They call where we go prison and jail. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he was transferred to another place because, get this, they didn't serve organic food in prison and jail. Do you not see the white privilege just oozing out of them? Do they not realize themselves? Jacob was transferred to the Alexandria Detention Center after his attorney argued that his client had gone 9 days without eating because organic food was not served at the jail in Washington. And then the judge ordered the corrections officials to provide him a special diet, not the doctor like me and your kids and everybody, if it was me and your Black asses in jail, would have went to. No, not that. He was ordered by the judge. He went on a so-called hunger strike, which I don't believe it. And the judge, see how they work together, because they sympathize, they empathize on each other. They took that away from us. That's right, Keisha. That effing saltine. You see what I'm saying? He could not eat. He didn't eat for 9 days. So, because the jail didn't serve organic food. Y'all take the moment. Do y'all not see the pictures out there where our Black men always talking about how they living in worse conditions in these prisons and these jails for doing the same shit that these white men are getting away with? Selling marijuana is the main one that they got our people packed in prison, destroying Black families. And Biden and Kamala and all, none of these people ain't helping us. Even if you don't want to give reparations, you can help with laws. They help each other individually anywhere you go. But yet, anywhere we go, they oppress us. The fuck, yeah, Melody. Yeah, And I got your message. I hope you received my message. Anybody that's been messaging me, you know how these social media people is. I kind of looked on my Straight No Chaser with the Queen page on Facebook and seen some messages and stuff. So I'm gonna be responding to those. But ain't the don't you just love the saltine privilege? Salty in your mouth. You need some water for this kind of stuff. Wherever you go, this man actually went to jail because they think jail is for us. They don't think they belong there. They committed one of the worst crimes: treason, national security, everything. These people ran into the Capitol, the biggest, the most secure place in the that they ran into the Capitol and stole documents, destroyed it. People were murdered, and they these white people just brushing it off. It just happened. Let me paint my fingernails. I'm just paint my nails too because this is some mess. So he did not eat the jailhouse food. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. See, they got a privilege that white people ain't supposed to do nothing, right? Ain't this some type of privilege? He don't eat it. They did not serve organic food. You know what I'm saying? Neanderthals and they mentality that we're the animals. That's right, full of some shite. They are full of a lot of shite, Keisha. And the judge, not just that, the judge ain't say you put my life in danger because the judge, senators, how could they when they're the same people? Judge said, cuz the judge, the lawyer, and the so-called criminal, Jacob Chansley, white. Judge told his cousin, the lawyer, to tell his nephew that it's okay. They'll transfer them to their other cousin jail where they uncles and grandmamas and them will be able to see after them the right way. You know, the white family prisons. You know, they when y'all don't understand when white people go to prison, they got different prisons too. What poor white trats go to certain prisons. Some of them go to certain prisons, but they also got a lot of private prisons. And them private prisons came that way so that they can determine the punishment for them people. And we sit back thinking that they're going to prison like us and going to jail like us. And no. They get tennis ball, they get tennis rackets, they get food. That's why that's why Jacob Anthony Chansley complained, and they sent him off to prison paradise where they have to be locked away, but they get the visitation. They get to eat organic foods. Ain't this some shit? And they created more crime than me and your cousin sitting in jail. But because him and his cousins and family own everything, white privilege, white privilege, white privilege. This is right before your eyes. Now they ain't even finished telling you. Let me pull up the other one. Kyle Rittenhouse. You know the little white boy that they want to be a little white boy? Let me pull up his picture because you know when they do his picture, when they put their pictures up, they put that most innocent picture. So Kyle Rittenhouse is the white boy who was deputized. So you don't understand how they do this. You know? Hi, Chansley Renee on YouTube. They deputize each other. So Kyle Rittenhouse, him and his cousins and mamas and uncles. His mama, he was 17. His mama, daddy, and all of them knew that he was going to shoot him up some Negro lovers, and if a Negro if possible, so that he can get money, hit the lottery like the rest of them. But either which way, I'm paying my nails because, honey, I'm just too through with this country. Because, yeah, I'm just too through with this country. It is a mess. It's so much stuff that go on with these white people, and they do it right in front of our eyes, and we're supposed to just go on and serve our people up to them on a platter, like a crab, like a seafood platter. Just serve our people up and let them put our people in prison, let them enforce their racist laws on our people while they sit back and give their people a break. They got separate schools, they got separate laws, they got separate prisons. I'm so sick of this racist ass country to it just makes me want to regurgitate everything. The air in here, it makes you just want to just regurgitate. That's right, Melody. Neanderthals and their mentality. So, I ain't even pulled up the cow thing on YouTube. Let me go to him. So basically, Cal ran away. He had a $2 million bond, right? So guess what Cal did? Let me show you his picture first. I'm doing this on YouTube, as I said, straight no chaser with the queen. You see, this is the cow we know. Now I'm showing him when he was at the riot with his assault rifles after him and his homeboys and his family and all of them deputize themselves. Meaning, if I'm a police officer and we're gonna handle the civil law, that's what our black people don't do. We could deputize each other and arrest some of these police officers, but a lot of us are scared. So basically, they basically deputized each other. Mom and all them knew, grandmom and all them, go out, Cal, do a good job, which he did. He killed a couple of people, and they gave him assault rifles. And the picture I'm showing is these so-called Proud Boys, is the Cal Rittenhouse that we know. You know, the one that got the assault rifle that shot up some people. So that's the one I'm showing. Hold on. Kathy B said, I didn't even know you could murder 2 people and get post bail. That's what the county said, honey. That's exactly what the city said. Yes, that's right, Monica, too. See? Say what? Say what on YouTube? Yes. There's 2 Americas. That's right, Keisha. That's right. But back to Kathy. I was going to get to that point. Now I'm showing the picture of the cow we know, the one with the gun, the one that was deputized, you know, the one that was not 17 that night, the one that said he a grown man and his family agreed and they gave him a gun and he went out murdering people like they race does, because they murder people. So after they did that, he decided that he is going to jump bail. So Cal, I don't know if y'all knew it, but the supposed to be little boy, Proud Boy, you know how they give themselves an innocent look. He basically been out there. He ran away. He jumped bail. They were looking for him. You know what? They were looking for him, and guess what? They found him, and he's still not put back in jail for jumping bail. And even like back to what you were saying, Kathy. Even the town where he was at in, what is it, Kenosha, Wisconsin or something that it happened in, said that they're not used to a murderer walking around, so they just found this boy. And the excuse, yeah, they called him a kid. Now I showed that Keisha, that's right. The mainstream media call him a kid, and that's the pictures that they want you to see. And they put up the old pictures, but that picture I showed you of him with the gun, that's the one we know. But the picture that they got circulating around, hold on, I'm gonna see if I got it right. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's it. If y'all look on, like I say, I'm on YouTube. The picture that they got circulating around, they got to look like a little 15-year-old kid with his fat white cheeks. You know, that's right. They got him looking like an innocent one. But let me tell y'all, come on in here. Come to the throne, like, share, subscribe. So, old boy, old grown ass man, Kyle Rittenhouse, the one with the gun, who was grown enough to get an assault rifle and take it upon himself and take the lives of 2 people, was missing off of a $2 million bond for days. And that we didn't know it. They put in their little stories. When they got him, they didn't arrest him for jumping bond. No. Which, you know what they arguing? That his bond need to be lower. You know what his lawyers argue? Now, if you were going to move him, why you didn't tell him? Talk about because his life was being threatened. Oh my God, the Neanderthals in them. He moved without them knowing it. So when the police went to the apartment that he was supposed to be in, another man had been living there, guess what, y'all, since December. This happened the other day. So he's been on the run. And you didn't even see the big headlines. Did y'all see him being taken in on handcuffs? Now, this is the second story I done told you about these people. The judge said that his life is in order. We're going to have our nation and they can have all the Mayo crimes they want. That's right. We're going to redirect our money. Why should we keep doing business with corporations who sit back and let this mess go on when we can see it? And then they want us to hush. Florida already making laws for anybody that protests. So they don't see that themselves. They just, these same people who were in with this coup, they still making laws to stop us from having a voice. Ain't this some mess? And they freeing themselves. They done stole all the U.S. money in the form of stimulus. They let their little kids go. That's right, Blackfoot, Kyle Rittenhouse. Let me see what Monique to see says. Miss us with that mutated milk monster trying to downplay his evil ways. That's right. He said, his lawyer said that they will tell the court where he lived. Let me tell you how the motherfucker, how you get to tell us how we gonna handle you, because we're supposed to be our court too, I guess. How you get to tell us how you gonna don't want your address to be public? But that's, that's why they say an injustice to one race is an injustice to all. Why? Because they love for our information to be out there. They want our stuff, public records. They want to smear us all over the place, but they don't want to be done to them. So the lawyer told the judge that he will that's my granddaughter, y'all. She's writing her book, so I hope y'all going to support, because I got the kids doing something. I know y'all hear my grandkids all the time. You hear the little one. Let her in. You hear the little one. Let her come here. She's the loud one, but come on. But either which way, Kyle Rittenhouse, when he was missing, guess where he been at? Let me show y'all these pictures. Hold on one second. Let me show y'all this picture. Guess where he been? And I'm gonna have it on my thumbnail when I finish on Instagram. But let me show you where he was out at. Remember the little innocent picture I showed y'all, right? Now let's look at Mr. Innocent little white boy that they try to make it seem why they call our kids grown people. They do this shit in our face. They do this mess in our face, and it is ridiculous. He been at the bar. He was at the bar. Here go the picture. I'm going to make it bigger for you. Let me see if I can stretch it. Or can y'all see that? Do you see him right there? He is at the bar. He was at the bar. You see him drinking, right? That ain't it. That ain't it. That is not it. People are at the bar with him, right? I want to show y'all another picture. It looks like at the bar next to him is a black dude. I don't know, because they got their faces blanked out, right? See that other picture? See, y'all got to go on YouTube on my Straight No Chaser with the Queen page to see it. You see all these people posing with him and taking pictures with him because he's a celebrity. What is these white, just like George Zimmerman and all of them? How do these white people become celebrities? They got us shaking ass and stuff and being degrading to each other to become celebrities. They get famous by shooting them a Negro. And they get money. They remember Kyle Rittenhouse. All the white people came in together and raised money for him. How are they able to do this? With old slave money, because they keep their money passed around in all types of bank accounts and trust funds and hedge funds that done held money since slavery. The money that they don't want you to count, the money that they don't want to have to give back up, that's counted as the U.S. currency. Because if you take it from the U.S. currency and give it to us, we will own America. So they don't do that. So instead of giving us anything, they have to argue. The whole story is that slavery was a long time ago. I want y'all to know slavery, we were freed less than 200 years ago. But even in their paperwork, it still was over another 100 years before slave masters started freeing slaves. So even after that, slavery was another 100 years. So when they tell you statistically that slavery was over by their paperwork terms, it was still another 100 years. So basically, that's why my grandparents and your grandparents, my husband's grandparents, I'm going to do videos with, were still children of slaves and still on slave farms and stuff. That means it still happened during our time. And they don't want to give back the money that they worked our grandparents and people that are still alive. Hi, Bugani, greetings. That people that are still alive to receive the benefits. They want us to always die. They have our leaders die, so our leaders will never see the benefits of their fighting They make they have our leaders murdered, and they have us dying out. They want the last of the people who can tell the stories about their racist ass to die out, so they don't give us a platform to talk about it, so that we won't bring our people on, so you can know that the people that they claim, they want you to think slavery was so long ago, and that it was so long ago that the taste for niggers is out their mouth now, when it ain't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They want you to think the taste for niggers is out they system. If I love chocolate, I'm losing weight. I'm getting on my health thing because I love chocolate. If I go on a diet and I do good, which I did good before, they don't stop the damn craving until I have to really get it out. So if you've been passing down racist ideologies for years, and if slavery on paper ended in 1865, but it wasn't until another 100 or something years, which rolled over into the 1900s, 1940s and 20s, before other slaves, because we didn't have cell phones. Don't get caught up in the future. We didn't have cell phones. You didn't have airplanes that dropped off and gave messages like that. People didn't know. And then slavery was still going on, because even after the people freed and the Union freed the slaves, they didn't give the slaves nowhere to go. Those that did get together and make land and stuff were fortunate, but majority of the slaves went right back to the slave plantation and worked for free because they didn't have nowhere to go. That's how they want us. That's where they want us at now. That's why we're going to do our nation. They want us with nowhere to go but to their corporations, but to their slave farms, but to their doctors, but to their stores, but to their restaurants, but to their designer labels. You cannot say white people got their, any white person out there, you did not get your wealth fair and square. You did not ever have competition. You only put your people pushed us back so that we would not have the competition, so that we would not buy and share between each other like we were doing in Black Wall Street, Black Beach, Rosewood, everywhere else. Y'all people came back in and blew up our town so that we will be forced to spread our wealth among y'all instead of being in a congested area where we at. But the nation of Alkebulan is a united nation. It's a digital, and it's going to be a physical community for all our Black businesses and organizations and people and scholars and doctors and lawyers and this and that to congregate our dollars in between our communities, to let our dollars bounce around in our communities at least 10 times first before we spend with Chanel and Gucci and your doctor this and your corporation that. The day is going to come when we're going to own our corporations anyway. You just use racist tactics, and you allow, y'all so racist that you will allow murderers. These people are both murderers. Jacob Chansley and Cal Rittenhouse, no matter what you say, are dirty murderers, and you should be under the jail. How the hell are they walking around and our Black kings are sitting in jail because they sold some weed to feed their children? Who's the criminal? The U.S. government or the Black man sitting under the prison? Our people are not criminals or prisoners. They are prisoners of war. The ones that's sitting in prison right now, while white men are out here, and I can walk down my block and go to a white ass doctor and get a marijuana card and go to a white ass company and get weed and go to a white ass place and they growing marijuana. And I go to a prison and I see my brothers and sisters, and I know people right now that I know went to prison because they were selling marijuana, not crack, not nothing else, but marijuana, because they wanted to take care of their family, used to bring the money right back to the hoods, take care of the mamas, but they're considered the criminals. No, our people are prisoners of war, and it's been going on for umpteen years. This is an ancient war. And for them to label themselves Proud Boys, children, deputies, police officers, and all that is a cover up for the racist skinheads they are by heart. Let's see what peace and blessings, bronze flat power king. Let's see what urban I gotta see it. Urban Gorilla said grafted man cannot survive on the planet without the original man, period. That's right. I just posted a thing in Black History, and I don't know her name, about the Black woman who made the sanitary pad. We made up the sanitary pad, the tampons and stuff. How the fuck is Always and all these other white companies benefiting? How is this right? How is this right? Anybody can, black people, are you not angry enough of this lies? At least give us some dignity. The problem with America is that you won't even give us dignity. The damn truth is before our faces every day. And they'll sit back where I gotta pull out the Betty Petty bag to show the face. Let me show you. They will sit there with the blank stare, like, huh? Like what? What? Let's just go on. We know that y'all didn't do it, but this is you. An empty package filled with black intellectual property, filled eating off of the black lives of black children. You didn't just steal from one person, you stole from a nation of people. You didn't just steal from a black family, you stole from a nation. You didn't just kill a black king, you didn't just kill a black father, you killed a great-great-grandfather or a great uncle or anything else, a great father. You killed generations. You killing black men that could have had kids. And don't get me started about the black on black crime, because just as much white crime go on. Any race that's among each other going to have crime among each other, but y'all influence the crime among us by the tactics, the lies, the indoctrinations, the programming. Melanie's list on Instagram said Mary Kenner invented the sanitary pad. Yes, the black woman. So why is they just made this Black History Month? If anything, pay attention to all the inventions and ask yourself this question: why are white people benefiting and we are not? Because that company that make pads supplied jobs for millions of white people. Money went through generations after death, generational wealth that was robbed from us. We know Jack Daniels, the slave, created it, but that was generational wealth robbed from us. Some of their kids would have probably been in place like we got the Shark Tank to invest in some black businesses, but they made sure that was not possible. And America sits back and y'all sit up here telling yourselves you don't need reparations. That could have been ours. You don't know if that was your cousin or grandcousin or grandmama. You don't know who Jack Daniels is to you, really? They want you to trace back DNA. Okay, it came from this land, that land. No, let's trace back the murders y'all did of black people. Let's trace back the sex farms and how many black people came from that sex farm and how many was dispersed. Because them sex farms, you had mothers and sisters and brothers and fathers and uncles and grandfathers having sex with each other to produce super slaves to do your work. Let's talk about how fucking inhumane that was and how it's never been fixed. And yet the Jews and the so-called white Indians get reparations. And we're the ones still working to produce the money. It says it in their history. It says it in statistics today. Joe Biden came out his mouth to say it. The black people and Hispanic people are the essential workers that keep America going. So why do we not own any of this? That's right, Sean. We were bred like animals. Monique to see, yes, they owe us. They know they owe us. So they want us to sit here and argue with each other and fight and kill each other so that we won't get together and get our money out their ass. They want us to come out here and keep arguing and fighting with each other about religion and who religion right and what heaven we get to go to. We can't enjoy earth, but we get to go to which heaven that the white man made up that we gonna go to. When if you knew quantum physics and science, and you'll understand how they're getting around the universe. They just came out with a major quantum physics computer. Quantum physics says that you create stuff with your mind, not with a God. And they go to these people for their answers, and they got you over here in the corner, keeping your mind occupied so your mind and my mind and all of us don't come together as one like we used to. The language they couldn't understand, so they broke up our language and bound our mouths so that we could not talk and tell each other what's going on, so that we couldn't pray into the tongues and call on the help. They want you to pray in fake tongues. This is the last days. They said in the last days the truth was going to come. Those who were forced to write the Bible was trying to tell you hints. They bound your mouth for a reason. You the only race
with pictures in history where your mouth was bound by a ball with razor blades and stuff in it. So if you move your tongue to speak, it would be cut up and shredded. Why? Why? That's right, Keisha. Your subconscious power is the most powerful thing. They're trying to take your intellectual property right now. I keep telling y'all they got people in Area 51 because they keep coming up. Y'all Google it now. The world's they just came up with a quantum physics computer. They done broke the whatever the end of this age is the end of this age is over for our planet. Young elder truth seeker salute. Let me tell you, wait a minute, Melanie's list. Her idea was rejected when they saw she was black, but yet the lady with the pads, Keener, Mary Keener, her patent expired. It became a public domain, and whites jumped on it, just like the black man who invented the potato chips. They make sure they don't protect us so that they can use us and get off and use us and steal from us, just like our music. Elvis is a fraud. His music is still around. He's a fraud and a rapist. That's right. Their artificial intelligence can replace our thoughts, our subconscious. I believe, like I said, in Area 51, they just came up and found other states of matter, other particles. They found particles that make energy. They found particles of particles inside energy, which is a particle. Y'all don't understand what these people doing because they got us too stupid, caught up, and I'm say stupid. They got us stupid on purpose. They got us over here believing in fantasies while they're over here touching and going beyond boundaries because they're giving themselves a head start before the black people wake up. We got to do it for the black people wake up. Boss, they woke. What? Boom, shoot them, kill them. They do too many of them waking up. We got to get this done because they're trying to get to another. They're trying to rule the universe, but they're the weaklings. You cannot use the authors of intelligence without intelligence waking up. Everything in nature evolves to its enemy. So what we are is in nature. Nature is evolving, even with the earth. That's why I believe everything is happening. They cannot keep their hold. We got the pandemic coming. And during this pandemic, we need to be making the moves that we need to make now while the earth is keeping us separated for a reason. You can't get all the money. Disney's shutting down. If you don't see Carmen at his best, dishing out the cards for us to play, I don't know what else to tell you. You got to have a spiritual eye to look around to see what you see. Let's see what y'all saying over here. Keisha, keep learning, family. Get on high frequency. Research astrology. That's right. That's why if y'all see my email, I haven't did anything on my Instagram channel. Oh, Melody's list says she came from a family of inventors. And imagine that. We know that black people invent everything, but why are we still poor? Where are the black corporations from all the inventions? Why is there white corporations after white corporations popping up? They spit out of business, blow a couple of million. It don't do no good. You will see the store closed up in your neighborhood and they go on to the next. They waste money. They waste resources. They waste energy. They waste everything because it's not theirs. When you don't work for something or don't own something, you usually don't care about the value. These people are creating computers and stuff, and they got us over here playing with religion. The computers, they're waiting. I believe the only way they're using our mind. If they dug in black men's mind when the men were dead and they found something called a pineal gland and noticed that was the difference. Ours was alive, black and flourishing, and theirs was cold and calcified and not active. They said this. So if they was doing experiments on dead people, what the fuck? And they did experiments on black women while we were alive, all during slavery, what make you think these people got the taste out their mouth? If they want to do it, why don't you think these people want to see what the brain do while we alive? How they can stretch? That's where I'm missing people at. I believe it's over in Area 51. What the fuck? How are we in a place and they tell you, we know that the white people on History Channel and everything will say aliens Instead of letting you say black people, they scare you and spook you with all the different heads and shapes. But that's the different emotions in each man. Those shapes and head from the bird, they use the head of the bird for your higher level, your higher knowledge. You got to understand different stuff. They understood the chakras. The same chakras that's in the man, which is the energy, is the same chakras, the same energy that makes the stars and the sun. How they look for life in other planets, they look for the Son of God. They got you praising a pale-ass, stringy-head white man over in the corner somewhere when they out here looking for stars that surround planets, because if a star and a planet is lined up right perfectly, it means that there's life on that planet. Potential. They ain't looking for Jesus. Jesus ain't out there. Ain't no heavens out there. I can show you. They got telescopes. Russia, Africa, America, and they got telescopes. They told you what's out there. But you waking up every morning to, oh God, thank you for the blue skies and the cloud. That's just your human eyes that you created to enjoy this earth. Because your particles of God particles is melanin. And they didn't know how to get it. And they want to know how it works. And I believe that's what they're using to fuel their quantum computers, because they're always trying to replicate how the Big Bang is. The Big Bang is how a star is born. Stars are born all the time. There's in the space, there's something called the nebulas. The nebulas is a gas clouds that when the gases come together, boom, the bang comes together, and then the star eats up the iron and the hydrogen and all the gases and atoms and stuff around it, and it comes round, and then you have a star, and then all of the commotion around comes together and it makes a planet. This is how these people go look for life. They without the sun, you could call it God. Without the sun, there is no life. They don't go out there looking for life. They don't look at no little white man on no stick. They out here looking for the sun. So I don't know how much I can show you how the Bible has tricked you to believe the fantasy side, so you can get rid of the God that's in you, so that God in you won't be activated. There is nobody that died for your sins. Black people are dying every day for the greed and the mentality of the white man. We're dying every day for the white man's greed. And every day Jesus is dying, because Jesus is the representation of every black person. You don't know that. So you better go ahead and look up what I'm talking about, because what I'm telling you is truth. When they looking for life in other planets, they can't reach another planet. When they looking for life, they looking at the temperature of the sun of God. Because if it's a sun, then there's planets. And if it's planets, there could be life. I'm tired. I'm spoiling your dreams so we can wake up quickly to understand that they know how to use the melanin that runs through our veins, because they killed our ancestors that passed on the story. They murdered the people in Africa. They burned down the libraries. They burned down the books, and the rest of the books that they know that they have to go and research. They got them under the Vatican, because the Vatican got all the treasures. France got a lot of the stuff, and they play this game of invention and looking up stuff. Our people wrote about airplanes, helicopters, and computers on the wall. The Rosetta Stone is the first computer that they know about that came from us, black people. Accounting, they had the first calculators, the first toys, and it wasn't ancient. Don't think of the first one is ancient, but the stuff that when they invaded Africa, we had chariots better than the ones they build now. That's why they couldn't understand why the pyramids got built. The pyramids didn't just get built. They got you thinking, oh, it was slaves and they put bricks. The pyramids was decorated in limestone, rubies, diamonds at the top of the pyramid. The pyramid is perfectly lined up under Orion's belt. It's perfectly in the middle of Earth, longitude and latitude. At night, the pyramids is so big, the tips of the pyramids was filled with titanium and platinum. So when the stars shined on it, the whole desert would light up. The pyramids were powerhouses. They didn't live in the pyramids. They didn't find no caskets in the pyramids. They found the people that they're digging up in the Valley of the Kings. They not telling you the story because they got you worried about this bullshit Western civilization and their lies, and we're too busy unraveling the lies to look at the whole story. Because if you go all the way back and look at the whole story, you will understand how the thief came in your house. We want to listen to gossip. We want to be know the latest story about what's going on. We want to know everything but the truth about ourselves, because the truth hurts. The truth will make you get up off of your comfortable black ass and do something about your situation, because the truth is going to make you, hey, wait a minute, I had to learn, get up off my knees and start using my pineal gland and my melanin and start talking to my people. You want to go to church and hear the same book and the same story over and over again, and that is not your language. Why did they bridle and cut off your people tongue? Why did you the only race that they made sure you couldn't talk nor read? That should be hint, hint, red flag, red flag. If you was with a serial killer and you went over their house and every time they told you like, oh no, you went to the closet because you thought it was a bathroom and a bunch of bodies fell out and they run like, oh, put that back up in here. That was a long time ago. Let me lock this closet. How you doing? You want something to eat? Would you trust it? We are in a house called America, filled with dead bones, filled with blood. As you say, they told you Cain killed Abel, and God knew because Abel's blood cried out from the grave. You damn right. Because our people blood is crying out from the grave each day. And Cain ain't nothing but white supremacy. So we need to put our things together and understand, until we come together, you are birthing children into a nation that's going to eat them up and spit them out. Because this nation ain't got nothing planned for our children but back into advanced slavery. They keep us so poor. The only hope that we know, we don't know about quantum physics. We don't know about all this because we barely can even get out the neighborhoods we are in. Yup, they can't produce. That's right, Kathy. Let me see. They can't produce. That's right. White people are dying quicker. You know what they're doing with black people now? Why they want black women dead now? Because they want our uterus to put in a men and to put in a white women so that they can hold the babies. Do you know back then they used to use our breasts? We couldn't even have our own breasts. They either cut our breasts off and used it for tobacco pouches, or they either took one of our breasts and labeled it for their damn little white children. And that's just the truth. And we couldn't feed our children with that breast, so we'd be murdered. Please tell me what other race was treated this way. Please. Like I say, when they look for life, they look for the sun. These people got in our people, we wrote from the book of the dead. They call it the book of the dead because when they dug up our people were cliffs with books in their hand. They call it the book of the dead, but our people didn't call it the book of the dead. That was the book of life. They mimicked their cross after our cross because the cross is supposed to be the ovary, the womb at the top where life is. The extension. The canal where birth come out, and the canal where the man inserts his life sperm to go into the womb, and they create life together, man and woman together. Our Ankh means life. These white people, you don't see how they take our braids and mimic. You see what they do advancedly now. So imagine the stuff they mimicked back then. It was our books. They took history, science, and everything, and they took it and balled it up and did this and crumbled it and threw it at you and told you to regurgitate it. They told you it was religion that God told them to write the book. I remember when I was asking my uncles and them, I said, who told white people to write the book and give it to us? Melody's list said, I just learned that Fannie Lou Hammer was given a hysterectomy when she was only supposed to have a small cyst removed from her intestine. Imagine how violated she felt. Imagine, let me tell you something, Melody, that happened to lots of black women. That's why I said if they snuck around stealing our parts, then they can't legally do it. So our people that come up missing to never be found, I said it must be some good ass kidnappers. Because how come millions of black people, from women to children, are missing all the fucking time and nobody's be turning up? It must be a skillful killer to bury a lot of bodies like that, or the U.S. government and their scientists got them like they always had us. And then when they do stuff, you know they do, well, we did it for mankind. We did it for the country. We have to die. Die for your country. That's all they preach to us. Die for your country. You be a patriot. America is great, when we know America ain't did shit to black people but rob, steal, kill, and destroy us. It's time for a new nation. Right here, Jacob Anthony Chansley did the heinous crime. His act of guilt by association, his ass was involved in a Capitol riot. That's terrorism. But it's because the same people who lost the Civil War infiltrated the government and since then been passing these seats on to their cousins, friends, and stuff like that. That's why they love Kamala, because Kamala is not passing that seat on to another black family. She's passing it on to white. It stays in the white community. That's what y'all not getting. Black people who sleep and go out here, not sleep, who believe that there's no racism, they're saving that to protect the white supremacy, and they don't know it. Even white people, I'm going to give you, like I say, white people, I said on my podcast, I've been updating my podcast. A lot of white people don't know neither. We've all been miseducated for the powers that be that don't even live here in America. America is on the tip of another continent. Half our states belong to Mexico, but yet these same white people tell Mexico people that they are immigrants. How can we keep going? Just like they lied about Mexicans being an immigrant, how can you make an invisible line and tell the people who ancestors came from here with ours that they can't come over this line because this is not their land, because you rewrote it on your book? But the original history and what we can see, that this land is all one, connected with Mexico and everything else. But because white man gets their hand on the pen and the paper, they write things according to what they want to inject in our subconscious, and we roll with it without question. That's the problem. When I always wondered, when I was taught as a little girl going to church, don't question God. And that stood out to me. My ancestors' spirit said, why? Ask questions. Why? Why we ain't supposed to question God? They used to always call me the smart mouth little girl. Well, why we ain't supposed to question God? You got a smart mouth. You just don't question God. You got to do this. You got to do that. That wasn't teaching. That was indoctrination. And they can't help it. Our parents can't help it, because they was the last descendants of the slaves that was cut off from the real connection from Africa. So after 400 years, in between that 200 years, they made their mark. They cut off any connections with us to the homeland. So now everything that was produced from America from 200 years on are the black people that they needed to keep destroying each other and to keep pushing white ideology. We do their holidays, we live their job. We have a sense of America when America keeps, we got evidence after evidence after evidence that they do not like black people. They discriminate against, they lock us up, they kill us, they rape us, and they get away with it. Yall Rittenhouse and Jacob Anthony Chansley, they're both criminals and murderers. If me and you went somewhere and I went to break in and I'm with them, me and you and somebody get killed, do we not see our people time and time again go to prison? Then why everybody at the Capitol ain't going to prison for that murders of them 5 people? Especially there was a police officer, a Capitol officer said that. They love they damn blue lives so much. Why the fuck y'all ain't mad about that? Because it's them. That right. I never put organ donor. I worked at the hospital. Hell, they take white people organs too if it's good enough. If they can't get us, if it ain't enough black people dying, then I done worked in there and seen these people put people to sleep. That's death to me. I done been in nursing homes with a nurse like, okay, we're gonna just give her. We're gonna just give her some more morphine and let her drift off. Ain't that assisted suicide? But when they call it something else, I know what I seen. This lady still breathing. You say she in pain. Me and you in the same room. I don't know. I ain't heard nothing, but I'm seeing you and this woman. Then you call the family, and then I seen the family get up in the bed with them, and they do it. No, y'all white people kill their parents for money, and I seen that shit with my own eyes at a nursing home. They say the lady was sick anyway and she was going to do, so they gave her an overdose of morphine. They do shit and get away with it. And they learn that's learned behavior to justify their wrongs. Their behavior is quickly to make excuses because that's what liars do. They don't even know that they're taught to lie through life. And I'm not knocking, I'm not putting all you white people down. I'm going to do you like our black people. Wake the fuck up. It's time to wake up to your actions and how you have your hands in the white supremacy that you so scarcely wants to deny. Like we said, when we bring our nation together, we're not leaving out white money. You can shop with us because we want a place where you know this is black and we want our dollars circulated here. We are forced to do business with white businesses by force. We have no choice. When I walk out my door, unless I travel to another city hours away, there is no black grocery stores. You and me, please tell me where one is at. If you're around a black grocery store, you're lucky. So that means there's no competition. How can you tell me I'm an American, I get to work and I don't even get to choose whether I can do business with my black people because you make so many rules and cover up so many platforms to put, soon as I want a black person, oh, here, take a white. Soon as I'm looking for a black shoe store, oh, no, take this. Soon as I want a black person dying, oh, you don't like that. You know, soon as you looking for your black person, they all like, here, no, you do business with white. That's how it is. We got white up all in our face. I'm tired of it. It's aggravating. Can we get a restraining order against America? Because it makes no sense. It's not fair. And to all you white people that come on in my comments, some I'm racist, you can say whatever you want, boo. That's just your guilty conscience. Go take your opinion, put it on your dildo, and shove it up your mama ass. Leave me alone. Because I'm not racist. I'm teaching. You're not going to sit up here and keep trying to cover. They can't no longer put a strap on our mouth and strap it to our mouth. So now they censor us and put fear in us to speak up. Look at Amadeus Shakur. Shout out to Amadeus Shakur. I didn't even know y'all was right. They shut down her damn channel. People, do we not see what they doing to our people? Jika, what did she do? She had raising almost 20,000 subscribers. She talk all news. But yet but because white people, oh, it's my power, I'm white, I got God. They know we are naturally got God privilege. Why? Because the things that come out of our mind, they can touch it. They're living it every day. Air conditioning, sanitary pads, the housing, the electricity, everything that we produce is we produce it from nothing and it comes out too tangible. They go together and they don't. They want to talk about in our school how they invented the wheel. Had us all running around talking about wheel and fire when our motherfucking people done created dynasties, kingdoms, and everything. Just so that they can indoctrinate you that you're nothing. So that they can have this upper hand. So when we look up the white people, it'll be equivalent to God, Santa Claus, Superman, Batman, Robin, Wonder Woman. The presidents, the doctors, all white. White. I'm tired of that. If it's all equal and diverse, where is the black doctors? Why is there only out of 100% of doctors in America? How come there's only 5% of black doctors, and out of that 5%, only 2% of them are black women, and then out of those 2%, where are they at? Working for somebody else white? So I ain't saying some of us don't have it. That's why we need our own space so that we can direct our dollars in our own circle. This is going to be digital. Hey, Khalif. I love your cartoons, Muhammad 98. You might need to do a cartoon. I love your cartoons. I don't know if you know how to do a website, but we need somebody on our team to do a website. And we're doing a barter system. Those that can do something with the nation, we hoping that we trade, because we building up money. We're gonna have to raise money. So if you have a talent that you can want to donate, stop donating to these white organizations, these organizations that not doing nothing for you. Donate your talent here. It ain't gotta be money. If you know how to build a website, come on. If you know how to build a database, come on. If you know how to research, come on. If you're a doctor, a nurse, or a lawyer and everything, you might got something to tell our people. We're going to put this together so that, like, imagine a place where we know. I know we got We Buy Black and we got all these other places, but do we have a congested place where everything is, whether it's a church or organization, whether it's a parade, whatever is going on with the black people, we need our own community so we can go there first. That's right. Oh, Monique too said Amadeus Shakur was waking our people up at a rapid rate. They can't go for that. That's right. That's right. Let's see. Misha Williams. Oh, and I got my answer. I was wondering what happened to Queen Amadeus Shakur. I hate that they shut her channel. She got some other channels though. She got backup because she be telling me how to do and stuff. So she got authentic black goddess. Authentic black goddess. That's her place now. Yeah. Build a house, electricity, farmers, Lord. That's right. We need farmers. We got to teach our children how to farm. We gotta put, it's gonna take all of us together. I love Seven Elements. Y'all shout out to her. And shout out to Kathy, shout out to Sean, shout out to Bugani, shout out to Beatzilla, Keisha, Monique, all of us that been coming faithfully on Sunday so that we can put our minds together to see how we're going to do that. Like I said, I'm not looking to just blow up overnight. I know that it's going to take, this year is work. This year we're working on the pieces to build this nation. That's what it is. You know, that way we'll know what everybody's job is and what we go from here. And then the next, and as we building and putting stuff in for the next year, we're going to be having actions behind it. This is the gathering year. You know, sometimes this is the year. Sometimes you got to dig the dirt and plant the seeds. Then when it start growing, you see what I'm saying? As it start growing, then we'll start seeing our harvest. Then we'll be able to harvest. We'll be able to bring people, hey, we want a place. We're trying to get land, and if we go the route that we going to, some of the elders we've been talking about, another route to get us some funds. And when we go that route and we collect some land, boom, we gonna have a black vacation spot, or maybe we trying to create till we have our black vacation spots, till we have our black low housing. We have to do it among us. I wish our people who are rich out there that have the money that, you know, we need a land place. Maybe one of these stars out here that own these islands, whether you black or white. If there's a lot of white people out here that understand and they really against racism, they know what we're talking about, that what we need. And they know that we're not talking racist. I know they probably don't like the insults, because when I insult the racist one who's out to kill me and my family, then the one who claimed they're not racist somehow gets insulted, because as in black people, everybody's considered black, even though black is not a color, it is the most insulting, but all of us is considered black, right? So all of y'all considered white. Separate yourselves accordingly, like we have always had to do. We have always had to create groups to separate ourselves from the so-called blackness that they don't like. If you don't like the whiteness that's attached to you, then I suggest you come up with something else. Or I suggest you say you're a sub nation of Alkebulan. You can't be a member, white people, but we just want your support, because this is for us. Be one. Be one. Because y'all have everywhere else to go. We have nowhere to go. Y'all can either go to the Mexican community, the Jewish community. Y'all mingle. Y'all all set up. We're not. And it was done on purpose. So no, you're not going to be a member, but we do have some sub memberships and some stuff that you can help, so that you can say you was part of helping the black community get back on its feet. Thank you, Khalif Muhammad. You like my teachings? Thank you. I love your pictures. That's right. Keisha, black is the only color in the spectrum that creates all colors. And Sean, that's right. America is our home, and that's why we're gonna have our dual citizenship. If we gotta, sometimes in your home, you know, just when people move in their house, sometimes you gotta renovate it, and that's just all America needs right now. Some renovation. You gonna make room for us. We're not going in your corners no more. We're not going in your basements to wash your dishes and stuff no more. We're not going to wait till you accept our entertainment and everything. We need our own. I'm hoping that we have a plot of land here. We agree. Then we start our own teams. All those that the NFL and all them NBA don't want. Come on. Let's start redirecting our team, our kids back to HBCUs. We need to contact HBCUs, see what plans they have. I don't care. We need to stop letting our kids think that the white people water is colder than the ones we got that's been sitting in the ice cooler all these years. It's not going to be as pretty and as fancy. Y'all used to seeing stuff all good up, but you don't know how proud it is after you start building something and then you turn back around, and when it's built, you be like, dang, we did that? Did we did that? We did this. I'm waiting for that day. We did this. I'm waiting for the day where we can build get this plot of land, build at least a community of low income housing, and pull a percentage of our people out of a project that the police rampant. Y'all won't have nobody to cherry pick then. Y'all won't have nobody. Y'all won't have jobs then because we won't be there. That's the whole point. The whole point is redirected. We did, like I said in the house, sometimes you got to change the furniture around. Sometimes you got to knock down walls and build up something. All we doing is just doing a little rearranging because this our people built this. So I felt the same way. Why should we leave? And why should we keep voting the way we do? When you want our vote as the American side of us, that means we all gonna delegate as many as we could pull in, gonna delegate together. Now we don't want none of them candidates, so nobody gets our vote. We want this candidate. We need the power to say what we want and what we want to eat tonight. We tired of them fixing our plate. Like my grandkids used to tell me, Grandma, I can do it. I can do it. It comes a time when white people keep talking about, we keep saying, let's stop depending on white people. White people stop depending on us and let us go. Let us go. Let us go. Let go of my hand. I'm grown now. I can cross the street. That's what that name was. I was looking for Diane Conaway. I want y'all to know sometimes and if y'all go into, I look at people looking at some of my old videos. If y'all go deep down in my old videos, that's when I was in church and I wasn't known and I knew it was something. So that was years ago. So some of my old videos y'all will see and see where I'm at now. Like I said, when I was on Fly Nubian Queen, y'all see a woman in the making. There I cannot say change ain't real. I take the change myself each day. And that's what we all should do so that we can be better people for the nation. We got to start looking in the mirror, see what you're bringing to the nation. How do you handle problems? How do you view your brothers and sisters? When you and your brothers and sisters get into, or you got into in trouble with another black person, does it come to your mind quickly? Wait a minute, this is another black person. Let me think about how I'm going to say this and that. We got to start getting into those mentalities. We got to start walking and talking different. And that's going to be our Alkebulan church. Church is going to get us ready for the nation. Boom. That's right. The white folk created labels, racist. Exactly. And the other man in the 1885, he the one that created the color that named everybody a different color. Before Darwin and white people, the other white people and everybody didn't know the difference between who was better looking, who had better hair. They only had culture. They didn't know the difference between light skin and dark skin. White people told you should have a light skinned woman with a big butt or this and that. And then people sit up here, and I'm going to tell you this, people be cheating with other people. And then a woman, I hear a lot of women say, ooh, look at her. Why he cheat with her? Because it's the energy that he like. You just don't understand that maybe you are not the one. A lot of y'all supposed to be beautiful, fine women that these athletes and everybody going after. You're not really the one that's supposed to be with him. You just putting up or doing whatever so you can spend the money. Because if we took away white man money, it'd be amazing. Who's supposed to be with who so that each other, the other one can build the other one to build a nation. If a lot of our black men would have stuck with black women, we probably would have been where we supposed to be. But we keep getting distracted. Oh, white men realize, oh, we can't kill him for going with our women. Now now that they getting all this and they getting money, we can't burn down towns no more. Well, white women, open up your legs. Let's give them white pussy. Because that's the only way that we're going to keep the black man from linking with the black woman and creating other black kings and queens. So now they went to their white women. You're going to have to be the sacrifice. And the white women, okay, I've been doing it anyway. Now I ain't got to kill them and I ain't got to bury mixed children, you know? So now they out here getting our black men. You would have not, I'm not saying black women, because I have a lot of black men I argue with. I'm not saying black women don't date outside their race, but we all know who was dating outside their race first and who made it a sport to get rich and go get a white woman as a trophy. Y'all did. Not saying, but right now, and white women and people out there, I'm not knocking nobody mixed. I want us all kumbaya, but right now we at war. And right now we need all the soldiers that we can. Now, if you white, you can get in on our war. We'll promise you equality, like they used to promise us stuff to get in on their war. We need you to bring your dollars, your land, and everything that you might can draft over to our territory if you want us out of this mess. Because the whole point of this mess is to direct black dollars in a digital or a community, because every race their dollars bounce in their communities at least 10 to 12 times before they go out. Because when you go to the Mexican community or the Spanish, they got the grocery stores, they got they got the cell phone line, and hey, they call home, they got the cell phone line in there, they got the gas station, the Indians got it, they got everything that they bounce around, they got their restaurants, and then white people go do business with them. White people go to the Mexican restaurants, they go here, they want to, oh, what the food tastes like. They go there. Then when it comes down to the the Jewish community, everybody's involved because we all listen to the music that they control. So everybody does business with everybody. When it comes down to black people, your price is too high. Where you get it from? How much? I'm gonna just go get my bag and shoes over here. You don't see how we do each other? You looking for my email? You email me? I haven't looked in my email today. I've been running around Melody's list. If you email me, I'll go in there. Okay, I'm gonna check my email when I get off live today. But we need a place where we can bounce our money before we decide we want to go to buy like 7 Elements, before we want to go to Bath and Body Works, 7 Elements, Favorite Child, or whoever else. We'll have a list of black people or black businesses that sell soaps, perfumes, blah, blah, blah. That's the whole point. All of y'all that's in the nation, your land and anything you own doesn't belong to the nation. It still belongs to you. You're just a member of the nation. Now, we want you to bring your business we listed, whatever our membership fees is and whatever you want to donate. We just want you to, before you buy anything, we go through the nation's businesses. If you go anywhere, you visit the nation. If you want this, we do business. Our money needs to bounce around in our nation first. That's all I'm saying. It ain't this and that. Then as we acquire property, like I go everywhere and clean these white people stuff all the time, and never once do I see anybody black owning all these high-rise condominiums. I told my husband, we walked on the beach the other day and I was picking up stuff for my homemade jewelry that I usually make. I'm gonna start selling it now for the raise money. And like all the stuff my husband wear, I make. And so basically I was telling him, I said, I'm taking this walk. I said, imagine us walking, and this is the walk we taking because we just bought a condo. And I looked up and I said, now you look at this condominium, and it's about 100 rooms in this condominium. Imagine that this one condominium on the beach, this strip, belongs to us, and that means every black person that comes to this building in Florida, you gonna, if you vacation, we got our own condo, and we set it up the way we want with our culture, what we see. That's all it is, Melody's List. It's a place where we circulate money first because they got us out here. We out here. We just don't have a platform together. We don't have a platform together. So that way we all can put all our businesses here. It's like, imagine the nation as a big nation mall. And you go up there, hey, I might want to go here and get something to eat from Melody. I'm just saying your name, Melody. And I might want to buy some shoes from Bugani. And here, what floor is Kathy on? 3rd floor? Okay, that's how our nation is. It's be our directory and stuff. We have to bounce our dollars around. We have to discipline ourselves to start buying. It's be different. But we already buying online. The pandemic did this for us. The pandemic did this for us. So that's the idea. Y'all all own your own stuff. Now, if you own land and you part of the nation and you want to open up a plot of land to put something on there, whether it's something to grow, and because we want a grocery store, we want to start growing our own fruits and vegetables till we have every fruit and vegetable that we can buy from the nation and not go nowhere to Walmart and none of these grocery stores. And we got to start growing one fruit at a time that we all sign. We will no longer buy apples, but from here. We will no longer go to Bath and Body Works. We will pick from the nation. We got to get that mentality. We got to get that mentality. That's what the nation is going to give us. Then we're going to have our teaching, like me, Kathy, and her husband was talking about. We got to have a days that, like y'all saying, Diane Calloway. We're going to have, I think I'm going to do a member something on this YouTube. I'm learning. Well, I don't think I could put everything public, but we're with the nation, or however we're going to do it. We need to read books, and then we need to have our own nation book club. We need to have a reading list like they used to do us in school and college, because as this nation, we are in a new college. It's called Self-Love College. So we'll have our list of reading, our list of movies. That way we all come up with the same knowledge. I know what I know, you know, just like we sharing information that we weren't allowed to do this, or we were held back from doing this. So all I see in this nation is a nation of unity and strength. I believe so wholeheartedly everybody is not going to come. But we're going to start, and a lot of it we got to see with the COVID. Like I said, if we can buy land, people who own land, if we, you know, sometimes you could build up, you could put a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom complex, or a 4 bedroom. If you build up, I ain't saying land right next to your house, but if some people know own land and you could take a little strip and sell it, or not say sell it to the nation because it'll be yours, or if you want to donate land, and with it, and any land that's in the nation, I'm putting the stipulation it will never be sold to nobody white, not at least unless it's nobody else black on the planet. And I ain't talking about by paperwork, because the land is going to stay with the nation. Our problem is we sold our land to everybody and never kept nothing. So the land will, any land that's bought by the nation and any land that's donated will stay. Now we can put businesses and you welcome to live. We have our housing, but our land will never be sold to nobody. The whole point of this nation is to keep buying land. The more money we get, the more buildings and stuff we can buy. That's right. So me and Kathy, all of us, our leaders, our people, we're gonna have our meeting this Sunday. We trying to think of the best crowdfunders. We probably gonna have crowdfunders. We probably gonna have fundraisers. We probably gonna have this and that. It's all to raise money so that all the money will be transparent. Everybody know, of course, won't have access to the bank account, but what we will do is make sure that the people that is over it, everything that's being donated in, everything that is being taken out, we will have our nation, when it comes down to money that the US doesn't, is that they're supposed to be transparent of where the money is going. If the nation, like I told one person, if the nation, if somebody, if we, when we start generating money and you in the nation and say you having car problems and we check out, okay, we need to get our nation member up and running again if they're falling into it. So we basically are trying to create a nation. We're trying to create an area where our dollars bounce back and forth, and we have a centralized place to the point where we can have our own cryptocurrency. Anybody out there know how to do cryptocurrency? We need you. All of this is in the making, because like I said, they tap our phone lines and stuff anyway, because we're not doing nothing wrong. There's over 150 micronations already existing, and you don't even know that. One of the micronations just closed down. That's right. We can't cheat each other out of thank you, Lillian. We can't cheat each other out of nothing. It'll be transparent. Hey, this money went to fees. Your salary is this. And when we be able to have enough money with salaries, that's my dream. This and that. What you do with your salary is a choice, but we will hope that you bounce your money around, you know. I think 5 families bought 90 acres of land on Georgia, and we all need to do this. Right? No, they bought. That was in Georgia. That was the town I was trying to get. It was in Toonsboro, Georgia, and it was actually 65, or yeah, it was 90 acres, because the man had told me when I was talking to him they wouldn't put it up there. And I think it was 19 families, unless it's another one. 19 families came together. We need to talk with them. All we need is people that will say, "Hey, we the nation." Now we're gonna have people who buy stuff and they don't want to leave white people out. We're not saying you're leaving white people out. White people just cannot be a member of the nation, but white people can get this nation website and you can do business with us and you can circulate your money, because for over 400 umpteen years, and not talking about the years that we did free labor, we have been giving and giving and giving and giving and giving into white people, and everything we get we go right back and buy with them, and they do not give and buy with us. Fuck your food stamps and all that other stuff. Most of our people get food stamps, and you come back. Oh, let me do the background. Oh, your husband living with you. We don't want nothing from y'all. All we want is if you're gonna donate, if you're gonna buy, and we want peace. We want freedom. So y'all have a beautiful, blessed night. Y'all do y'all research on nations. Melody, I'm gonna check that email. And Kathy and Sean, if I don't know if y'all can see the emails if it come in through the nation. So I'm gonna put some more people on there so that I will talk more Sunday, so that the elders up here will all be getting these emails, try to start emailing people back and stuff like that, because I know that, like my husband said, I have to give all of us have to, start getting involved, so I can't put so much on me. Oh, I said I sent you an email, Melody List. No, I don't know. Did you, if you email me, Look, email me straight no chaser with the queen at gmail.com. I thought you said you emailed me. If you emailed me when I get off, I'm gonna look for the email. If you didn't, my email is straight STR, the number 8, no chaser with the queen at gmail.com. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed night. Love you all.